Ben Orton is much like what I see in Washington, D.C. Daisy Flynn reminds me of the media's arrogance, and it led to Trump's election. I voted for Trump, but at first, I saw the threat, did my best to warn, even got labeled a troll just for pointing out in a republic or a democracy, until the public votes, there is no certain outcome. And just pointing that out, what the media used to tell me every election cycle all my life, and that was enough to make me a troll to the left. Yet look what happened. What the media lost, I knew. I remembered from the past. And I was right. They are still throwing a fit because they were wrong. Still, I'm not blind, and even if I reluctantly voted for Trump, I'm not in denial of his flaws. He is not a racist, but Trump is a narcissist, and it amazes me just how much damage one narcissist can do to another. Just denying them what they wanted, removing the delusion they are under, and look at how they are unable to see the irony that Trump is just doing what the media has done to us. Reminding me of the phrase, revenge is a dish best served cold. It amazes me this quote seems to have no first use. I heard it in a Star Trek film myself, but I assumed that Shakespeare was the origin. The closest we can come is 1846, Memoirs of Matilda, a book written by Eugene Sue. He's a French writer. The assumed meaning is that being detached, that it should be done much later, when the person is unprepared. Lull them into a sense of safety. I like mine best. The victims can't get revenge because people do not hurt you because they care about you. They just saw what they wanted and took it, not worrying at all what you thought or how you got hurt. Victims can learn, however, leave, live a life, but they can't hurt the abuser because the abuser never cared. But a person that only takes what they want and never thinks how it affects others, they lack the ability to disengage. When they are hurt, they'll eventually run into someone that will do the same or even worse, find they don't care about them at all and they just live their lives. These people have this belief in their superiority, much as the media just drips with it right now, and so does Washington. I see the irony of Trump doing to the media what they had been doing to us, and I have to say, it is a tasty dish after being insulted for so long. As long as he is doing his job and doesn't use force on the media, I'm fine. He's just trying to get the legislative branch to do its job, which is something the last three presidents didn't try to do. They just lectured him. And then went to the meeting. They just signed executive orders, is really what they did. He is just using free speech. And when you take the oath, a president does not give up his First Amendment right. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The attempt is to start a discussion and get people to think about human behavior from the perspective of the closet. How this might lead to problems that make friends or partners or even business relationships difficult. I can understand why some would dismiss this effort. I find reminders in how the characters behave with memories of my own experiences and then explore that aspect. It's meant to start people to think. It is not meant to imply I am right. If you do not share the ideals with others, then how will you know if you're right? When talking, the focus should be on challenging and exposing your ideals, not in changing other opinions. That would only lead to frustration, since the only person you can change is yourself.